Knackered.
What's a knacker?
It's like, oh, Izzy, I'm knackered.
Does that mean like you're wearing a scarf or something? You ate a salad from Walgreens?
Hi guys! Hello!
Hello!
Welcome back to the
Welcome
channel.
back to our channel. You'll see on both.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a few introductions. My name is Izzy Biscus. I was born and raised in Northern California for 15 years. Petaluma to be exact. Then I moved to Georgia and I lived there for about, I think like 9 years. So a little bit of a southern twang. But then I moved to, a little bit. And then I moved to London for about 2 years during my study abroad and my master's. So combined there. I'm also 25 years old and I'm about to be 26.
My name's Abbi-Mae. No one on the internet knows my last name. I'm 24 and I grew up in England, the UK. However, I didn't always live in London. I grew up in the Midlands. So maybe like 45 minutes from Birmingham, half an hour from Wolverhampton, if you know the area. I went to boarding school when I was 11 years old and I was at boarding school in Birmingham for 3 years. I then went to a boarding school in Chester for 2 years. I moved to college in Surrey, so that's like past London, south. And then I've been living in London now for, I want to say like 5 or 6 years. And I really identify as a Londoner, which is crazy considering I've only been here for 5 years. In my heart, I think I've always been here.
Okay, so I think I identify as more of like a southern gal.
Yeah.
Like very,
yeah.
I have a really good country roots.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yes, so.
Tell us what you have here for us. Abby displayed these scones.
Scones?
Scones?
Scone. I call them scones. We have scones, strawberry jam, strawberries. That is clotted cream.
Okay, is it supposed to be jiggly like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit thicker.
It is. When you scoop it, you'll see it's a bit thicker. So what do you think that we would call this?
Okay, either, well, time of day, because it's not afternoon tea set. I know it's not that, but
okay.
I would say it's like a breakfast layout. Like
no.
Breakfast or like a snack. Like if you go over and have a play date with someone.
I imagine that's
like,
what
oh,
you think that British people would snack. No. I don't think I've served this in years. But this would be called a cream tea.
A cream tea?
Yeah. So you have obviously an afternoon tea has the element of like sandwiches and other cakes and obviously scones. When it's just scones and tea, cream tea.
Cream tea. Perfect. Okay, let's make our, you know.
Scones.
Scones. So
what's
maybe
natural for you to say? Would you say scone?
I say scones. And I think I like to put the clotted cream first and then the jam. That's what I would like. I don't know if that's proper.
The other way around.
Okay, so this is how I would do
There's
it.
2 areas in the UK that tend to serve this traditionally. Devon and Cornwall. So do you know where they are? Like right in the bottom of the UK.
I know where
down
Cornwall
on the
is.
So Devon is before Cornwall if you're going down that side.
You know the first time I heard about Cornwall, I think it's She's the Man. They have the Cornwall team, the soccer like Cornwall team.
That's so
but
funny.
it's not very, I don't think it's very British. I think it's just a team name.
The Devonshire way is the clotted cream and then the jam. So you're doing it the Devonshire way.
I'm a Devonshire.
You're Devonshire.
I'm a Devonshire.
And I'm doing it the Cornish way.
Wait, you don't need
to do it the
mine.
other way around.
Okay, so what kind of tea is this?
I did that quite well. This is just a decaf English breakfast tea. I would get that thick bit and I'd go like that. Just straight on there. Oh.
Okay, we have to show the difference of these. Like,
I'm getting excited.
This is mine.
And this is mine. Mine looks better.
And yours
doesn't look like
better.
a cream tea.
Yeah, yours does look better.
No, you
but
can
like,
do it however you want.
But, okay, cheers. I would like to first talk about how we met before we get into like UK, America. So it wasn't just Abby, it was 2 other girls that I met that are now all of our best friends. So I don't like clubbing in London. My friend during my study abroad program was like, hey, come clubbing with me. It was her birthday, so I was like, of course I'm gonna come club with you. Yeah. So it was her and I, we found a promoter, we went to this club. There's sushi on the top, dancing on the bottom. So we got sat at a table with Abby and Brooke and Jess. It was you 3. Yeah. And I remember meeting them and we just like hit it off really well. Yeah. I've never ever like in a club. I've never ever.
That was the weirdest part.
But we actually like talked about really amazing things, and at that time y'all were doing a YouTube. You just went to Paris, and so you all were gonna like do this YouTube channel, like that whole thing, and it ended up y'all, you know, all do your kind of own thing.
I think that exists still on the internet somewhere.
It is still there, but now like you have your own channel. And then Brooke and Jess have their TikToks and all that stuff. And then we danced all night together. We had so much fun. They're amazing dancers, by the way, too. So I'm like this in the club, and they're like, like moving. So that's like my description. And then we exchanged numbers and all that, and then we hung out maybe one time before I left, not even. And then I came back for my master's, and then I reached back out to y'all.
I invited you to our housewarming, mine and Zoe's housewarming. That was like the first time we maybe saw you again. We text a lot.
No, I don't think so.
It's really weird, because I remember being like, oh my god, Izzy! Like, hi! You know, like an old friend vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From my side, we've obviously went to this club. I was like, we'll just go, we'll have like the dinner, and then like we'll maybe like have a dance for like 10 minutes and then leave. The first thing, and I can like, Brooke and Jess retell it the same way. The first thing I remember like saying, always like, hey, hi, how are you? And it was like, and then Izzy was just like, do y'all like Taylor Swift? And I was like, yeah. And like me, Brooke and Jess are like really big Taylor Swift fans. So we were like, oh my god. And then like, I think you mentioned like Harry Styles at some point, and like we were talking, remember you telling us about your YouTube, and we were like, that's amazing. And I like, obviously have had like a very similar group of friends since college, since I was about 16, 15. I wasn't in the habit of kind of like, I would meet people all the time and be like, oh my god, so nice, whatever, and just kind of like move on, never really see them again. I like knew straight away with you, and that's so unusual for me, that I was like, I know I want her in my life. And it was so weird because we'd obviously spoken for, I told you, we'd only spoken for like a shorter amount of time, but I was like, wow, that is someone I want around.
Then I met Zoe, and then Zoe's
yeah, because I always forget
Kia.
you didn't meet Zoe on that night.
No, because I met her, so they were live on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I was back in the States, and someone went live on TikTok, and we were all living together at that point.
Yes,
and so I was like, hey, and they're like, oh my, you were all like, oh my gosh, Izzy's on. And then Zoe's like, wait, who? And they're like, oh, remember the American. Yeah.
Now that we have social media and now we have TikTok, I feel like we as British people are so much more exposed to American things, Americanisms, things that you guys do that are crazy to us. So I feel like
crumble,
the
cookies.
Oh, crumble cookie. They don't even look good, guys. I just want to say they're thick. They don't look good. But there's some things I see that I'm like, I don't understand this at all. I need this explaining to me. So these are some things I've been keeping track of.
Okay. So the Brits asking the American, what is this?
What is this? I guess it would be college, high school. I'm not sure the difference. You guys have a different difference to us. College is like uni to you.
Yes, college is uni. Okay.
I've seen them decorating
your
parking spaces.
Oh, parking spaces, yeah.
And they're like painting them and stuff, and they do these like murals almost on their parking space.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So for seniors, like if you know, some might know this. Some others who are watching do not know this, but it's like senior week or senior month, so they do a lot of fun activities for the seniors to highlight them. So
just for the vibes.
Not everyone else is allowed to decorate their parking space, so you get a number for your parking space when you register. Yeah. And so so either like you can go out and decorate it with your family and friends, or they just do different things, like different setups. So like people can surprise their daughter or son with a decorated thing. So they do that, but also you do school lockers, so that's another big thing for seniors. So you get to decorate a locker decoration that you get to like magnetically put up. So I still have mine actually saved because it's super cute. You have like baby pictures, and you have pictures of like it's all just like to you, and mine was like very pink and like really cute and pastel and pretty, and it had like pictures of me and my friends throughout high school at like football games and like all that stuff. So it's just like they do like senior week, so they celebrate the seniors, and so those are just little activations they do there.
That's really cute. The fact that you can go drive through for like a lot of things, like here,
everything.
You can only drive through for food. That's it.
Wait,
or like coffee maybe.
Do you think we can drive through for?
You can, and again I've seen this on TikTok, you can drive through like pharmacies.
Yes, so CVS and Walgreens, but pharmacy.
I love Walgreens, guys.
But pharmacy as in to pick up your prescriptions.
Right.
Not shop.
Yeah, but to pick up your prescriptions, you can't do that here.
I'll run to the pharmacy with my mom to like pick up her prescription before we drive home. You drive, you like hit the button. Banks you can drive through. So actually it's really cool with banks actually.
Whoa!
Yeah, so there's like these little these little suck things. And so like you insert it and you press the button and it like sucks them up into these tubes.
Money.
Well, like money, cards, like
so if you were like
stuff, checks. You put your check in there and it sucks it and goes to the people over there. And there's like a call intercom button. It's really cool.
Wow, see, I love that. I'd love to drive through everything. Wait, I can't drive, so maybe I wouldn't love to drive through everything. I just also wanted to do a quick fire, like things I know we say that are different.
Okay.
And just like what
you
let's
go back and forth.
So, I know that you know some of these, but it's just funny to make the point.
It's okay.
Knackered.
What?
Maybe you don't. You don't.
What's a knacker?
No, so if I say I'm knackered.
What?
So funny you don't know this.
This is like right over my head.
Like, oh, Izzy, I'm knackered.
Does that mean like you're wearing a scarf or something?
No!
Like on yours? What does it mean?
I'm tired.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I thought you know that.
No.
That's crazy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, knackered. Biscuit.
Cookie.
So you would think that, so biscuit to you is very similar to this, but savory. Crazy. Why? And you put like...
Biscuits are cookies for you, and I know that, but that's...
But also gravy.
Yeah, biscuit and gravies. It's very southern.
Gravy for you is, it's creamy.
Yeah, gravy is it's like fat from the meat with like other
cream.
Stuff, like yeah, biscuits and gravy is a savory thing.
The gravy here is not creamy.
What is it?
I'll show you a picture.
Ew, it looks like chocolate sauce.
It's not.
But
it tastes like beef.
Other thing.
A bank holiday.
That is like
Was that confusing?
a Memorial Day for us.
Yeah.
Or like a Labor Day.
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah, 4th of July for us. You don't, because you don't celebrate 4th of July because it is American independence.
Yeah, well, it's nothing to do with us, really.
I know, because we're away from y'all. We're independent from you.
Is it from us?
Yeah.
Wow. Also, an American thing that I wanted to discuss with you.
Yeah.
Well, one's American, one's British. Queuing culture and etiquette, and tipping culture and etiquette.
Okay.
Very different, obviously.
Queuing is a line. It's like starting a line, waiting for something. So like you queue for and you have to explain that because some people will be like, "What? What's queuing
Really?
culture?" We don't say queuing. We say.
So what do you do? A line.
I'm waiting in line.
Waiting in line.
Instead of you would say I'm queuing.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm waiting
back
in line.
Back in the queue. Guess
no.
back in the queue.
We do. You think Americans say that? You
no,
think
I
would be
I
like,
don't think we'd say that actually.
Guys, hey dudes, I'm waiting in the back of the queue.
Do you queue? Do you queue? Yeah, you wait in line.
I wait in line.
And tipping, here, main thing I noticed in America was crazy. Tipping is such a big thing. And it's forced.
Because
it's forced on you.
I think...
You can't choose, really.
No,
you have to.
And 20% is like a good... That's where you tip. Sometimes 18% and all that, but 20% is where you tip. Because they don't get paid as much, I don't think.
But that's not my fault.
I know.
I'm visiting. But I don't agree, you know, I think you should get paid a living wage. But it's not my problem. And will it ever change if it's not? Will it ever change if we just keep doing this 20% thing?
Well, yeah, well...
I agree, tip for, like, it's like, you know, a waitress in a restaurant, great service, like, lovely, whatever, of course, fine, 20%. But we were at a festival in Vegas. We were buying, like, drinks, obviously, at the festival, like, a canned drink of water. And I'm just like, can I have this? And it's a can. They've gone, I'm not giving you 20% tip of a very expensive drink for that. This is crazy.
No, okay, I agree with that. I won't tip there. Yeah.
We had an Uber driver in Vegas saying, so what's the deal then with you guys tipping, like the UK? And we were like, oh, well, in the UK, the service charge, so like a restaurant, it's already added on. There's like 15 or 20% service charge. You can ask for it to be removed, but you don't. Like, it's just a thing, it's always there, so you kind of know when you get the bill, that's your thing and you've paid the tip.
I'm gonna show you a picture.
Yeah.
And then you just have to tell me, like, what this is.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
1 second, I wasn't
Sounds simple enough.
You just have to tell me what you'd call it and, like, just what you think it is.
I'm seeing a scone with maybe some breaded fish between, or some toasted chicken in it. That wouldn't be nice. Well, you would call a scone a biscuit.
If you order this, what do you call this? I would like a, say what that is.
A chicken scone, please.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No, chicken biscuit.
Chicken biscuit.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
It's a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit.
Oh, it's from like a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't look nice.
What's the UK's most famous grocery store?
Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, Waitrose, M&S, Aldi, Lidl. Those
Wow,
are the
you
only
really
supermarkets.
know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a range.
Yeah.
So in California, G&G, Safeway, Trader Joe's.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
G&G, Safeway, and Trader Joe's. Have you heard of those?
No. I've heard of Trader Joe's, that's it.
In Georgia, it is Kroger.
I've heard of Kroger.
Publix. Publix equals to Waitrose here.
Oh, so like higher end.
Yes,
Nice.
and like fresh stuff. And then Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie's one, but that's like, they're kind of like going out of style. And then Piggly Wiggly.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
that's
pig.
a supermarket, like a normal supermarket.
It's very southern.
Sounds like a butcher's in my head.
There's Randall's, Texas, H-E-B, now for Texas.
There's so many.
So H-E-B is amazing because it's like homegrown in Texas. It's
Right.
Texas based. So everything's super great, fresh. They have their own brand. It's cheap.
So is
It's
that
great.
a supermarket then, or is that like
Yeah.
more of a local store?
No, it's a supermarket. It's everything's big in Texas. The supermarkets are, you would be.
Everything's big in Texas.
It is.
So
I'm trying to look at anything else.
Walgreens
Whole Foods
isn't
Market. It's a good. Walgreens is a drugstore.
So it's not, you didn't get food. I got food from Walgreens when I went. I did. Telling you, I
You
got
can
a
get-
salad from Walgreens.
Yeah, you ate a salad from Walgreens?
I didn't, I thought it was a food store.
It's not like M&S or like something like that.
Guys, I didn't know.
What's your favorite candy?
So candy, do you mean chocolate included?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any kind of sweet candy.
I love, I love Revels.
How do you say that?
Revels.
How do you spell that?
Revels. Revels.
I don't know what that is.
Really?
Yeah.
I have like a tradition. Every time I go to the cinema, I get Revels.
See, I like more fruity more. You know, like fruit as in like if it's like Sour Patch Kids or Mentos,
Okay.
not like the minty Mentos, the fruit Mentos, like that kind of.
Yeah.
I like that more so than chocolate. I like the I like this. They're called kazoozles. They used to be
Such a
kazoozles.
fun name.
They're now
Piggly
they're
Wiggly.
sweet tart ropes now.
Sweet
You know, the sweet tart ropes, and they have like little sour kind of center. And then I like high chews.
Hachi.
Yeah, high
Is that what
chews.
it-
What's your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
Guilty pleasure TV show, Gossip Girl.
Okay,
I love
very
Gossip Girl.
American.
Very American. I also love the US Office. We watch that all the time.
Okay.
I also love Vampire Diaries. See, it's all American shows.
Yeah.
But if you want to give me some British ones that I love, that my family love, The In-Betweeners.
Okay.
Very British.
I haven't heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the iconic show here.
Okay.
In-Betweeners, Gavin and Stacey. That was like the highest tuned in.
I
So
don't
there
know
was a
what that
Gavin.
is.
You don't?
No.
Wow, it's about like a boy who lives in Essex and a girl who lives in Wales and like just their family dynamics, and it's the funniest show ever. Ran for years, everyone loved it. And every so often they'll do like a Christmas episode, like bring back the whole like old cast, like years later.
This is really British.
Yeah. And it has James Corden. So James Corden got big from this show. He wrote it and was in it. So that's how he got famous.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So this is where he came from.
I didn't
He's
know
a
that.
character in it called Smithy. And this year it was like the highest tuned in to show. I can't remember how many people watched it on Christmas Day. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was like the finale.
Okay.
It's amazing.
See, I really love how you have British shows that you like and
Yeah.
American.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really have any British shows I've watched.
Really?
Maybe like the Great British Bake Off.
No one watches.
Right? Yeah, like that's like the
My
one
mum might
show
watch
I would
that,
say
actually.
would be the only British kind of show. Maybe
yeah.
no, it's not British, but who are like Dairy Girls or something?
Oh yeah, it's Irish.
Okay, yeah, but is that British?
No, it's Irish.
That's Irish. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like that maybe. would
They're
be more
Northern
there.
Irish, I think, so they are part of the
Yeah.
UK. But
But
that's
my
something.
favorite shows, my guilty ones, is Friends TV
Aw,
show, of course.
yeah.
Chuck TV show, which if you haven't seen and
No,
watched,
seen
Abby,
that.
I'm really upset with you.
You talk about it a lot though.
I know. You haven't watched it yet. I know. It's like the one I recommend.
It's really
And
hard for
then-
me to get into new shows.
Yeah, it's so good though. The love story is amazing. I'm watching Smallville right now, and I actually really like it. It's a really comfort show. Yeah, it's young Tom Welling in it. You don't know Tom Welling?
I'm not really good with actors' names, if I'm honest, so I might know his face.
Cheaper by the Dozen? You never seen Cheaper by the Dozen? What? What's the weirdest slang word you use that the other doesn't understand?
Well, you didn't have a clue what knackered was. That's crazy.
I know. I had to look some up. Lit.
I know what lit is.
Drip.
Lit. Drip, yeah.
Ice. You know these?
Jewelry, lots of diamonds.
No cap.
I can never remember if that's like real or false, you know, like no cap is
no
like,
joking, I'm not joking.
Oh, it's real, like true.
Woke, spill the tea, you know what that is historically.
Yeah.
Because we spilled the tea on the Boston Harbor. Remember?
Didn't know that.
The Boston Tea Party? When we were rebelling against y'all about your taxes, so we threw all the imported tea that you sent us over the harbor.
That's so iconic.
I know.
That's so iconic.
You never learned about this? The Boston Tea Party.
No, I've heard of that saying.
Get it? Spilling the tea since 1773. Yeah, they like make t-shirts and stuff with it.
This is crazy. How do I not know this happened?
I know. See, we get taught that. US,
right.
You know.
Okay, final question we wanted to discuss was...
If you could only choose one... If you could only choose one, would you want to start a family in the UK or USA? And explain why.
Okay, show you first. God, I'm gonna throw up. I have to choose the UK based on the fact that all my family live here, all my partner's family are based here, not in the US. All my, like, most of my like roots are here in terms of like friends. Like, you're maybe my only long distance friend. And also I've been to America once in my life. I visited for a week. I went to Vegas, so it's not really like I've got a good idea of what I think America would be like to have a family. Also, without getting too controversial, the guns thing scares me still. I'm not used to it. When we saw it at the airport, I was like, this is crazy, because we're just not exposed to that ever. Unless it be that you'd see armed like police, and that was like crazy, like, oh my god, something scary is happening. So I just don't think I would like, I think that freaks me out, having children in a place where there's like guns, but like it's also not like the Wild West where there's just like guns being shot everywhere. Like, it's not like that. So those are my reasons, but I think there's definitely parts of America that I think I'd love to live in.
Okay, I would say right now in this moment, it may change like within a few years, or, you know, maybe I grow up a little bit and have more experience. I don't know. But I would say the UK right now. If I could keep my USA passport. So if I could keep my USA, you know, citizenship. So maybe raise them, and then maybe when they're older, like maybe move back to like a city or a town that I like in the States. But I would really love British kids. Like, I would love them to come home.
That's so
to be like, hello, mommy. or like, what do you call it? Not mommy.
No,
it's mummy. Mum.
Mummy.
Hello, mummy. Or mum.
No one speaks like that.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, these little kids. And the outfits of the kids and all that. And
then in 1950.
No, they are. They do.
Mummy,
I have a friend of, like, I have a acquaintance, whatever, but she met a British guy, and now they have 2 kids, and they live in London, and their accents are very British, like that. And so I just, and their little uniforms, like all that. So I'm looking at my kids, and I think it'd be a really cool experience. But still have the opportunity not to like fully stay, just in case like our goals as a family maybe change a little bit, or, you know, I want to have like my parents. That's the only thing I really want, my parents to be there for my kids. And that's the only downfall. But then I'm like, okay, well then y'all just come visit, and because they're like free birds, like they travel all the time. They're like their own time, so they can like come and visit for a few months if I have a nice townhouse and, you know, all that stuff. So I would want that. So a British guy.
So we're on the lookout. This has actually been a whole public appeal.
This is why we made this video. Wait, if you're watching this,
if you're watching this and you're a man,
Cute.
Lives in the UK in London.
You're tall.
Yeah.
Handsome.
And you want a lovely, beautiful, kind,
American,
blonde, blue-eyed American girl. You know what to do.
Hit my DMs on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or my phone number, which is... Not sharing that anyway.
I'll share it. I'll put it on screen.
No. Okay, well, I mean, that's a wrap of our conversation today.
Thanks for joining me on my channel, Izzy.
Of course, Abbi. Yeah, who do you think won? Put it down in the comments.
Yeah.
Let's have a good fight.
Britain, America.
Which one wins? You know?
Oh,